Dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Upschooling. Being a part of this elaborate but mystic ceremony, in the next 10 minutes I would like to talk about Upanayana ceremony of the Brahmins, a subject detailed in ancillary science connected with the Vedas, the Kalpasudra, one of the 6 disciplines of Vedanga. You know that our scriptures mention about the Sodasa Sanskara, 16 sacraments and sanskaras, which are acknowledged as essential parts of life that helps in becoming a complete man. Dear friends, this is the Deepa Prajwalana, which is a new beginning, keeping a lamp fed with cow ghee few days before the event for its success. It is performed to get the blessings from the family ancestors. The Upanayana is one of the 16 sacraments or sanskaras that announces one of the major life events that a person undergoes between the ages of 5 and 24, born across all varnas or social class, the family of Brahman, Kshatriya and Vaishya. The boy has to be initiated into formal education involving the family, the friends and the guru with respect to wide variants reflecting their different educational requirements. Dear friends, this is the first and foremost episodic performance of the Upanayana sacrament, the ceremonial rite in which the young Brahmin boy will be invested with the sacred thread and initiated into the Gayatri, the holiest of all mantras in the legacy of the rishis. This is known as Gua Mangula, or worshipping betel knots, represents Ganesha or Ganapati, the Lord of success and remover of obstacles. From now onwards, the sacrament preparation will continue for next fortnight. Dear friends, we see here how 7 mothers from the neighborhood have been invited to worship the betel knot, a form of Lord Ganesha, and they are putting the betel knots near the altar. An amount of green gram is grinded jointly on the grinding stone. They are applying vermilion and sandalwood paste along with flowers and turmeric powder to the stone and uttering sound waves produced by conch shell and ululations that enhance positive psychological vibrations and lead to state of improved focus and performance. Thereafter, these betel knots will be sent by special messengers to invite relatives and friends to attend the Upanayana ceremony. Dear friends, the Upanayana ceremony signifies the boy's entry into the ashrama, namely Brahmacharya. Dear friends, this is Yagnopaveetham, means thread of sacrifice, that symbolizes the sacrifice of ego, anger and selfishness. You see, this Yagnopaveetham is a triple-stranded sacrificial filament joined by a knot called Brahma Ganthi that is worn by those initiated into the Gayatri recital. Yagnopaveetham Navatantu Nirmitam means Yagnopaveetham is made up of 9 layers of woven cotton thread spun by a virgin girl and twisted by a Brahmin reciting Gayatri mantra on an auspicious day. These 9 layers are 9 presiding deities of Yagnopaveetham. They are Omkaram or Pranaba, Agni, Naga, Shoma or Moon, Pitru Devatas, Prajapati, Vayu, Surya and Vishwadevas. And Brahma Ganthi on it are the trinal lords Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, Rudra and their consorts, and Goddess Gayatri. Ong Fu, Ong Bhuva, Ong Shvaha, Ong Maha, Ong Jana, Ong Tapa, Ong Satya, Ong Tascha Vitrvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, Apah Jyoti Rasa Bhutam, Brahma Bhu Bhuva Swaha. Length of the thread used for making Yagnopaveetham as per scripts should be 96 breadths of 4 fingers measured by one's own hand. Thickness of the thread should be of mustard seed size. It is a sacred covering on the body without which a yajna or a sacred ritual cannot be performed. The sanctity, spirituality, and sacredness of Yagnopaveetham and its benefits are immense, dear friends. There is a mantra, Yagnopaveetham Paramapavitram Prajapatir Shahajam Purashtad Ayushamagram Pratimuncha Subram Yagnopaveetham Balamasteja. It says that Yagnopaveetham is the best among those that purify, that one that has emerged along with Brahma, Prajapati, at the time of creation, that which bestows life, longevity, and prominence, the one that is sacred, clean, and on-site, and the one which confers on the wearer both knowledge and power. There is a clear reference to Upanayana in Atharva Veda, that it is an educational sacrament. According to Odia Brahmin community and region, we call it Brata Ghara, or binding to an observance or introducing to the spectrum of studenthood, or Yagnopaveetham Sanskara, or Boita Dharana. Ideally, when the boy is just past 7 or before the onset of adolescence, and before the dormant primordial biological urges in an individual's surface, he must be initiated into the Gayatri. The Upanayana ceremony, dear friends, is the most important rite for the Brahmin male in the age group 5 and 12, ensuring his rights and responsibilities as a Brahmin and signifying his advent into adulthood. It is the ceremony of spiritual rebirth for the child as a Dvija, the twice born. I must clearly put it that a Brahman is a person by virtue of character and discipline, and not mere pride of birth. Across all Varnas or social class, who is a Dvija can wear Yagnopaveetham. The holy water from the goddess temple, there is a clean hair shaving called mundan to make way for a longer tuft on the top behind area of the head. I may be permitted to reproduce here the Sanskrit verse about evolution of a Brahman from Shudra at birth to Dvija at Upanayana Sanskara, Vipra on attaining sufficient Vedic knowledge, and becoming Brahmana on gaining Brahma Jnana. Janmana jayate Shudra, Sanskarad bhaved Dvija. Veda patad bhaved Vipro, Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. They should start wearing from the day they are initiated to the Gayatri Mantra, which generally happens through Upanayana ceremony. This is Kopina Mekhala. After a ritual bath, you see the boy is dressed as an ascetic and brought before his spiritual guide, or the priest here, who invests him with a deerskin mekhala or girdle to use as a waistband with appropriate mantras. Dear friends, this is Yagnopaveetham Dharana, with which the brahmachari is invested on the holy fire of Upanayana, may be compared to an electric circuit that holds a spiritual power of the Gayatri. Dear friends, this is known as Danda Dharana. A staff is given to the child to symbolize the long journey ahead towards enlightenment, a symbol of vigilance towards speech and deed, a symbol of punishment towards lust, anger, greed, delusion, infatuation, envy, and such states. Dear friends, this is Brahmopadesha. You see, now the Batuk Brahmachari is being advised to pray for divine guidance to inspire and illumine the intellect by chanting Gayatri as a spiritual practice in the prescribed manner thrice a day as part of the religious duty called the Trishandhya, ordained for all Brahmins. The immense benefit accruing from regular and assiduous practice of the Trishandhya and chanting of the Gayatri. It's something that each individual can corroborate by his own experience. Thus, we can say it is a prayer for universal welfare which the Brahmin must perform as a sacred trust enjoined on him. This episode is popularly known as Viksha Karanam by saying Bhavati Viksham Dehi. The child asks for alms of rice from his mother and other women attending the ceremony to control the ego. It can be done which allows the child to control his senses and then certainly receive Vedic knowledge. In the days to yore, the brahmachari went out into the streets to beg for alms from various houses, Bhiksha Karana. This is being done symbolically today. The practice Bhiksha Karanam will induce humility and quell the ego. It will root out all differences of high and low, wealthy and poor, as every brahmachari, regardless of his family standing, has to practice it. Above all, it will enable the young boy to overcome the craving of the tongue and induce the restraint of the senses, so very necessary for properly imbibing the Vedic knowledge. As per scripts, it is said that sacred thread should be white cotton for Brahmins, red silk for Kshatriyas, and yellow linen for Vaishyas. Dear friends, Yagnopaveetham ceremony, the investiture with the sacred thread is not a mere symbol to identify a community. It is a prerequisite for learning Veda. It is not something that is worn for the world to know. Yagnopaveetham is a passport to obtain Vedic education. Yagnopaveetham is a mark of formal entry into Brahminood. One has to qualify himself for wearing it not by birth alone, but also by practice. It is for the realization of Brahman within. It gives power and authority to pursue one's spiritual path. One who wears Yagnopaveetham should do justice to its sanctity and significance. When you wear, the length of Yagnopaveetham should come up to the navel level, and it should be neither above or below the navel. Generally, we come across three postures of wearing Yagnopaveetham. One is Upabitha, where the Yagnopaveetham is worn over the left shoulder and under the right arm. This is known as a Sabhya position, which is used for performing auspicious ceremonies and sacred rituals related to gods and under normal circumstances. The second one is Prachinavita, where Yagnopaveetham is worn above the right shoulder and under the left arm. This is Apasabhya position, which is used while performing sacred rites to the forefathers, Pitru Kriya. When Yagnopaveetham is worn around the neck and over chest in Malakara, like a garland, it is Nivita. This form is used during Rishitarps answering nature calls while carrying a corpse, etc. One would have observed devout Brahmins tying their Yagnopaveetham tightly to the right or left ear while attending nature calls, while it is to protect the sacred thread from becoming soiled during the course of attending nature calls. There is also health significance, perhaps the concept of acupressure involved in it. Due to wear and tear, it may get soiled or worn out or gets broken and needs to be changed. Apart from this, it should be changed after completion of the stipulated period of asaucha or impurity and many other circumstances. Or compulsorily every year during lunar month of Shravana Purnima or Gamha Purnima or simply Raksha Bandhan Day, all those who have been initiated into the concept of Upanayana would change their old Yagnopaveetham and wear a new one. This is known as Upakarma Day. It is not just simply a festival to celebrate and enjoy. It is an occasion to make us remember the significance of Yagnopaveetham and Gayatri Mantra and rededicate ourselves to the spiritual path. May the Divine Vedic Mother in her quintessential form as Gayatri bless us and inspire us to rediscover our extraordinary rich Vedic legacy on the occasion of the Upanayana. Thank you very much everyone witnessing the occasion.